And we're live. My friend said this to me, and he's like, "Do you think you have free will?" And I said, "Yeah, of course. I do." He's like, "But you don't believe in God, right? You just believe everything is a bunch of chemical reactions, and like you could somehow break the universe down into math. You could predict the way that it flows out." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess if you could somehow capture all that state and where it's headed." He's like, "So, if you're just a bunch of chemical reactions and electrical pulses, how do you have free will? Couldn't you just predetermine everything that's going to happen? If there's no God, then where's your choice?"
That was such a confusing thing for me, like with religious teachings when I was younger, where like there were different branches of Christians where like some were like deterministic and others were like more free will, where they're like, some Christians, like, actually, I don't know the actual, subsect of them that believe it, but some of them believe like no matter what, some people cannot be saved, like citing things like, well, the Pharaoh in Exodus, he couldn't be saved, even when he was trying to come back, he had his heart hardened. And other Christians will be like, well, no, everything is free will. And that confused the shit out of me as a kid, because like when you think about it, like I didn't realize this till later. Like I don't remember who said it, or it kind of tripped me up, where they were like, you can't be given free will because you didn't have a choice. Like if you don't have free will, it's just something that's imposed on you, and then you have free will. And that I don't know. It was like
I don't believe in free will. I think everything is predetermined.
Really?
I believe in a space-time continuum where like it's already done. It's already done. I believe the future's already written. Like the decisions have already been made. You're not gonna do anything different than you were going to do. I think that it's all just stimuli and reaction, and you are always going to react the same way. Like I think choice is an illusion.
Yeah, maybe my challenge is I agree with Kyle, but somehow think there's still free will. And
like I tell you, there's no free
it.
will, and I offer you chocolate and vanilla, and you're like, I was gonna pick chocolate, and now I'm gonna pick vanilla, and I'm like, yeah, I knew you were gonna pick vanilla. Here's the vanilla card. See, I always knew you were gonna pick vanilla because I knew that I was gonna tell you you didn't have any free will, and that you were going to pick chocolate, but because I told you there was no free will, you would pick vanilla, and so I knew all along that you would pick vanilla. And you're like, well, actually, I'm gonna pick chocolate. Yeah, actually, I knew you were going to pick chocolate all along because I knew that I would tell you.
So are you an omnipotent God in this situation?
Or no, I'm someone from the future in this situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and you come back to study things like chocolate choice or yes, like the important issues
and free will.
Yeah, and obviously events through your life impact the way that you react to other things, right? Like, spill coffee, think that your mother's going to beat you, right? That's something that's a reaction to...
She was always going to beat you. You were always going to spill that coffee.
So, but if you could take the whole universe and like break it down into a single frame, and then you could calculate it out somehow, then my interactions with her were going to happen, and then those, everything that I happened, and my interactions with my kids, and you could somehow figure it out going forward if you could capture all the details.
You ever been beaten with a rolled newspaper?
No. He's sifting through so many catalogs right now, like mental.
Well, not a rolled newspaper, but a National Geographic.
I really think I have been beaten by periodicals. I don't know, like it'd be something like that, magazines, newspapers, stuff like that.
But quarterly catalog, so a girthy one.
More like on the fly, though, right? Like
give me the sports page.
You run away from this attack.
Matt pissed himself. He's going down.
Just gotta wring this out and beat him with it. He'll learn. Slow learner.